In the past two videos, we've decomposed a large problem, building a tic-tac-toe game, into a sequence of smaller problems, and we've outlined the general structure of a program to solve the problem. Now we're ready to define one of the harder functions, the function to take a board and check if the game is finished. Our function will need to check every possible winning combination. The winning combinations include 3 identical values in any of the following: the rows, positions 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, or 7, 8, and 9, the columns, positions 1, 4, and 7, 2, 5, and 8, or 3, 6, and 9, or the diagonals, 1, 5, 9, or 3, 5, and 7. In addition, there's a tie condition if all 9 spots are full. To me, that sounds like 2 helper functions, one for checking if 3 positions have the same non-space value, and one to check if all 9 spots are filled. Let's write these helper functions and then go back to the function that calls them. The function that checks if the board is full just needs to check each cell. If it finds a cell that is empty, it returns a false value, 0. If all the cells are full, it returns 1. I've used space twice like this, and it's not intuitive what that space means. We should replace that with a constant. While we're at it, we define constants for the player's pieces too. Getting back to the wins function, we just need to make sure that all 3 characters are the same and that they're not empty. With our helper functions in place, we're ready to return to the function that calls them. Before we do, let's reorganize the table a bit. This new order might seem a bit odd, but my goal here is to create clusters of lines that share a cell. Then, if our function wins returns true, we have a cell to get the winner from. Let me show you what I mean. Notice that as I'm writing the code, I'm translating from the cell numbers, 1 through 9, to the indices in the array, 0 through 8. We could have used the indices as the cell numbers, but sometimes it's just easier to think about values from 1. I'll fill in the other combinations quickly. The only difference is that I add a check to see if I found a winner yet, just to cut back on the amount of code I execute. Then, I check the result and return the correct string. Finally, if no one won, we need to check if the game is a tie. And now our function is done. Let's test it. We'll add a winning condition to our board and then run it. As we expect, player 1 is declared the winner. We should test a few more combinations, and I'll do so now in between videos. In the next video, we'll finally write the turn function to finish our program.